Hey guys, this is SuperTy over at Awesome Books and Comics, and we're going to talk about our favorite comics this week. I'm joined here with Renee. Let's get started. Secret Wars number 9, it finally came out. It's finally over, and it ends really well. If you've read any of Hickman's Avengers stuff, pretty much he's kind of been in charge of the Marvel Universe, the big stuff, for a while. This ends so well. It just ties everything up, especially with all the stuff that's been going on. You know, some series are on issue 5 now, and you're kind of wondering, hey, what happened? Why is this happening? It finally, all the pieces are back in place. It's super great. Ribick's artwork is gorgeous in it. Love the color flares that he's doing. It ties everything up, and thank goodness, because I was getting really impatient. I'll wait for quality, and I was trying to be as patient as possible, but this was one of those stories that I needed to know the ending. And it's finally over. So definitely check this one out. It sets everything up, even though everything's kind of been going on already. Renee, what's your next book you got going on?
This week we got the 3rd volume of Shutter out. If you haven't read Shutter, it's about a girl whose father used to travel the galaxy with her, and she was under the impression that she was his only child and that he was dead. And it is coming to light now that she is not his only child, and he may not even be dead. And all of her siblings are trying to kill her. So she's going through trying to survive all of these attacks, learn a little bit more about her family. They treat aliens really well here. There's a lot of weird things happening, just animal people. And then there's this cool skeleton butler who's bound to her family. He wasn't a skeleton to start with, but he aged.
And you also showed me a part in there of Alarm Cat, which is a robot that's also one of those clocks that's a cat, and I really want to know what's going on with that guy. He seems really cool. My next one is Injection by Warren Ellis. This is the first issue for the 2nd story arc. The first story arc talked about this group that basically dealt with all this crazy British mysticism that's leaking into the real world, and it focused on the main character, the main lady of this group. And now in the 2nd story arc, they're starting to focus on all the other members. It's Warren Ellis being smart, but there's also some really funny things in this. My favorite part is this whole issue revolves around a ham sandwich, which doesn't really make a lot of sense unless you read it. It has my favorite line in any comic book this week, which was, "Sir, I'm offended by your ham." If you like the more wacky kind of Warren Ellis, this is the book for you. I've been loving this one.
My next book for this week is Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover number 2. It's written by Tynion the Fourth. If you haven't read anything by Tynion the Fourth, you definitely should pick one up. I suggest this one. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cross over into Gotham. They don't know how or why. And they're with Shredder, so they're trying to stop him and get home at the same time. But this weird guy in a bat suit is there getting in their way. It's a lot of the antics that you expect from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a little bit of the darkness you expect from Batman, but not nearly as much. It's a lot of fun.
My 3rd one is more of a little departure for me. This book called Insects. I picked it up because I was told there's a lot of body horror in it, and I'm a big fan of those kind of movies, you know, like The Fly and, you know, just David Cronenberg kind of movies. It's about this Victorian lady who's kind of a duchess and her housemaid, and they're secretly lovers, and she's being abused by her husband. And so the housemaid says, hey, I can fix this, and I can give you a child. So she does, and it gets really weird and really crazy, and a lot of body modifications involving insects as well as werewolves and just crazy Victorian kind of horror. I was very surprised. It's by this new label called Aftershock Comics. They also have this really great series out called Replica, which is really good. I really want to see where this is going because it's just creepy and strange and bugs and afterbirth. It's awesome. So definitely give this one a shot.
My last book for this week is the 3rd issue of Limbo. This is a limited series, so there's only going to be 4. This is a series where the world is a interesting combination of technical and magic. So a lot of the magic has to do with cassette tapes or television, and a lot of it is old analog technology, so it's really interesting. The art is neon and retro and gorgeous, and there's people dissolving into snakes and ghosts made out of the cassette ribbons, but it revolves around this one amnesiac detective, so it's a little bit noir, a little bit voodoo. It's very interesting.
Techno voodoo.
Techno voodoo.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's it for this week. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want your friends to see something really awesome, share it. And if you want to see more of us, subscribe. Come on down to Awesome Books and Comics. We'll catch you later.